guys, welcome back. Okay, lesson 7. Today we're going to learn some fundamentals about tone. Art is the ability to create an illusion using tone. Your ultimate goal is to take a two-dimensional image and create a three-dimensional illusion. While the ability to do this takes a lot more than just one lesson, the fundamentals are the same, and today we're going to learn those fundamentals. So right now, I'm going to teach you probably the most fundamental thing about coloring, colors, art that you need to know. After this lesson, it's just building on it. So we're going to take a light colored pencil, okay? And it doesn't matter what color, it's just a light color. We'll just make it into a box, makes it easier. Okay? And I'm going to take a dark pencil. So there's a definite distinction between them. Okay, and this is very quick. Remember, for demonstration purposes, strokes are not as even as they should be. This is just for speed purposes. And I'm going to take one more color and I'm going to make it even lighter. Light colors will pull your eye to you. So here I have an orange that is darker than the brown, okay? The brown looks like it's receding backwards because it's darker. Anytime you want to make an object look like it's going further back, you use a darker color. When you want to make it pop or come towards you, you use a lighter color. Okay, so now, why would this be yellow, even lighter than this? Because of my light source. Remember what we learned in the other lesson, you have center light. Center light is the lightest area created by the light source. It's the highest, it's the closest to the light source. So that's why this would be the lightest. Okay, if this was the sun, this area would be light, medium, and then dark, because it's away from the light source. It's completely on the other side, and we want to make it look like it's going back. This is actually the fundamental concept behind any sort of fine art. I don't want to put sculpting in it because I don't want to insult the people who do three-dimensional art, which is completely different. So we're creating a 3D image out of a 2D picture. So let's go a little bit deeper into this. We're working on a picture. Everything around this. Okay, so here you have your box. Okay, your object. Say I'm going to work on a background, okay, which is like the easiest thing to talk about. See how the white in the background makes this box pop out? It's the only thing on the page. It's darker than the background. But if I take a darker pencil, this area is not popping for you anymore. So here we have what I like to call the seesaw effect. When you color with dark colors, your lights look lighter. So watch what happens when I put the darker color around the yellow. Suddenly, this yellow is starting to pop more. I didn't touch the yellow. It's the same color as it was. It just looks lighter. If I use a light color around a dark color, so say I want to use yellow, and I put a lighter color next to a darker color, okay? This color now pops, okay? Now, the second concept would be color with light, your darks get darker. When you color with dark, your lights get lighter. These are two fundamental artistic ideas that work for anything you are drawing. It's the fundamentals of illusion. So say we have a picture, okay? You always want to start with your lightest colors. And that's a big question. Do you start with your darks? Do you start with your lights? You're going to always use your lights, always. Now, does this mean you're going to only use light colors? No. Remember when we were talking about the arrows and you darker that in, and then in just a couple lessons back, that dark area is never going to be the darkest value on the page at the beginning. You don't put your dark values on your page until way later on. So your first couple of layers is going to be very light. The one color you don't use is black. Black is only for your darkest area. Now, what are those dark areas? Well, those are going to be your certain shadow areas. We're going to learn about that in another lesson. But black is only to tone an area or shade an area to stretch a tonal value. And what do I mean by stretch? It means at the very end, you're going to make sure your darks are dark and your lights are light. And that is a lot harder to do. Even my daughter gets down on me about doing that too. Stretch your tones. Stretch them out. Make your darks darker, your lights lighter. And sometimes when you're following a picture, you have to overextend it or make your darks darker than the picture that you're copying or you're doing to make a point of it, to create that illusion, hyper exaggerate. I guess that's the best word for it. I also happen to have an example of the seesaw effect. This is a picture that I was doing for my Color My World channel. And I have these petals. They're nice petals, but they're nothing that's sticking out that's making me love them that much. They're very much tonally the same. So all the colors here some need to pop and some need to be recessed back. I'm going to take a darker pencil because I'm reaching maximum saturation with the yellow, which means I can't get any more yellow with that pencil. All I could do is go darker. So I'm going to choose the areas around the yellow and I'm going to darken those areas. By darkening those areas, it makes the lighter yellow pop even more. Now, as I work through this, if you want to see this video, it's over on my Color My World channel and what it turns out to be. Now I need to stretch the tonal values out in the middle. I like the effect that I got with the eraser and the texture that I put on it, but I really need the colors to pop more. So again, I'm going to take my dark. Now, what I haven't used on this is black. This is where I'm going to take advantage of that dark color because it is at the end and it's safe to do. And I'm going to blacken up some of these areas with a really sharp pencil. By doing this, I'm making the seed area look like it's really standing out. Now, notice that I'm not using much of it. Just tiny bits here and there. Just those little bits is not going to flatten out my picture, but actually enhance it and make those areas look like they're standing out even more. What you don't want to use is the black to cover it over. That's going to flatten things out. And this is another tool that I use often when it comes to texture. The more I play with this, the lightening and the darkening of the areas, the more I'm going to get that area to pop. I'm back down on my brown. I don't want to add too much black to it. And then I'm going to use my eraser to make those top of the seeds really shine. So these are the few concepts that we learned today, and we will build on them in the next lesson. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I'm here for you. I know you guys are beginners, and this is a lot of information. So I will see you guys in the next lesson. Take care. Bye-bye.